The world has changed. We live with constant connection, a digital public square. This brings opportunity, yes, but also vulnerability. Never before have we been so exposed to the opinions of others. Social media, for all its benefits, has become a breeding ground for criticism, both constructive and cruel. It's a double-edged sword, this connectivity. We crave belonging, yet we open ourselves to scrutiny. Why is it that some seem to weather this storm with ease, while others are left shipwrecked by a single negative comment? The answer lies not in the criticism itself, but in the fertile ground it finds within. Our past experiences, the stories we tell ourselves, shape our reactions to the outside world. It's time we explore the roots of self-doubt, those whispers of not good enough that echo in the silence of our hearts. Imagine a child, eager to please, presenting a drawing to a parent. Now imagine the parent, distracted or perhaps critical, offering a lukewarm response. This seemingly small moment can plant a seed, a belief that love must be earned, that worthiness is conditional. As children, we are exquisitely attuned to the emotional cues of our caregivers. Their approval becomes our compass, guiding our sense of self. Criticism, especially from those we depend on for love and validation, can wound deeply, shaping our beliefs about ourselves for years to come. These early experiences lay the foundation for how we handle criticism later in life. If we've internalized the message that we're too sensitive, too much, or not enough, criticism can trigger these deep-seated insecurities. We may find ourselves overreacting, withdrawing, or attacking back, all in an attempt to protect that wounded part of ourselves. But what if we could disarm these critics, both internal and external? Self-love. It's a term often met with cynicism, dismissed as selfish or narcissistic. But true self-love is none of these things. It is the radical act of embracing ourselves, flaws and all, with the same tenderness and compassion we would offer a loved one. It is the foundation upon which we build resilience, the inner strength to weather life's inevitable storms. Imagine a warrior clad in shining armor. This armor is not built overnight. It is forged in the fires of self-reflection, hammered out through daily acts of self-care and self-compassion. It is the conscious decision to challenge those negative self-beliefs, to replace the voices of our inner critics with words of kindness and encouragement. Self-love is not a destination, but a journey, a lifelong practice of showing up for ourselves with kindness, curiosity, and forgiveness. It is about recognizing our inherent worthiness, independent of external validation or achievement. When we cultivate self-love, criticism loses its power to wound us. We're able to see it for what it is, the opinion of another, filtered through their own experiences and biases. We can choose to receive it with grace, to learn from it if it serves us, or to let it roll off our backs like water off a duck's back. Section 4. Cultivating Inner Strength, a Practical Guide. Building self-love is an active process, a commitment we make to ourselves every single day. It begins with awareness. Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. What are the stories you're telling yourself? Are they kind, compassionate, or are they riddled with self-criticism and doubt? Once you've identified these negative thought patterns, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Would I say this to a friend? More often than not, you'll find that you're much harsher on yourself than you would ever be on someone you care about. Incorporate practices that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's spending time in nature, listening to music, or connecting with loved ones. Make time for self-care, whether that's taking a long bath, reading a good book, or simply allowing yourself to rest. Remember, self-love is not about perfection. It's about progress, about showing up for yourself, even on the days when you feel anything but lovable. It's about embracing your imperfections, your quirks, your unique journey. Section 5, the healing power of compassion. As we cultivate self-love, we also open ourselves to receiving love and compassion from others. This can be a vulnerable experience, especially if we've been hurt in the past. Yet, allowing ourselves to be seen and supported by others is an essential part of healing and growth. Seek out relationships with people who uplift you, who see your worth and celebrate your strengths. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to be your best self, who offer a listening ear and a compassionate heart. Just as importantly, learn to set boundaries with those who drain your energy or reinforce negative self-beliefs. Remember, You are not obligated to tolerate disrespect or mistreatment from anyone, even family members. It's okay to distance yourself from relationships that are no longer serving you. When we allow ourselves to be loved and supported by others, we begin to internalize those positive messages. We start to believe in our own worthiness, not because someone else told us so, but because we've experienced it firsthand. Section 6. Rising Above. Resilience and the Triumph of Self-Love. The journey of self-love is not always easy. There will be days when those old voices of self-doubt creep back in. There will be times when you're faced with criticism that stings, that threatens to derail your progress. But remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are worthy of love and belonging just as you are, and you have the power to choose how you respond to the challenges life throws your way. When criticism comes your way, meet it with self-compassion. Acknowledge the pain it may cause, but don't allow it to define you. Remember that hurt people, and often those who are most critical are projecting their own insecurities onto others. Choose to focus on your own growth, on cultivating the inner strength and resilience that comes from a deep and abiding love for yourself. For in the end, it is not the absence of criticism that defines us, but our ability to rise above it, to embrace our imperfections, and to meet the world with an open heart. This is the true triumph of self-love.